Hi there, Susan Leahy here, and I'm the creator of Robert's Rules Made Simple, and welcome to this quick video where I'm going to share 6 secrets that will keep your virtual meetings serious and fun. Now, before I share these secrets, I want to just give you a little bit of insight about who I am and where my style came from. Now, it all goes back to the very beginning. I was actually raised by a mother who was a professional clown and a father who was a career Marine. My mom was a clown, and she'd clown around at parties, and she'd take me as her little clown assistant. And my dad served in the Marines for over 20 years. And so this idea of seriousness and fun was pervasive in my family. It was a prerequisite that we took things serious and we listened to my dad and we got things done. But it was also a prerequisite that we had a lot of fun and that we'd laugh and that we'd enjoy being around one another. And so I want to infuse this information and this message and this knowing and this energy into your virtual meetings. You know, as the creator of Robert's Rules Made Simple, I've worked with over 8,000 boards, teaching board members the fundamentals of Robert's Rules of Order. And I'm doing this in order to really support your board to work together as a team, so that you can have more fun. So I go in and I do board retreats, and I also provide coaching for your board chairs. And I hope that these 6 secrets support you in really running virtual meetings that are serious and yet fun. So let's start with those things that feel a little bit more fun. So number 1, don't be afraid when you're on camera to actually use props, right? So bring things in when you're communicating or you're talking, because it just adds a fun dimension to the energy. So I have a gavel here. Another thing that I'll sometimes do is I'll actually pull some of my artwork off the walls, and I'll kind of put a message out in front of everybody. Things are always working out for me. So it's a sense of don't be afraid in your meetings, even though you're in a virtual space, keep it fun by utilizing props. Okay, it adds an energy, it creates a kind of inquisitive energy, and people will enjoy it. The next one is really simple. I want you to remember the importance to invite everybody to take a deep breath. Nothing feels more fun than a nice big deep breath when things get tense. So on the count of 3, let's all take an intentional deep breath in. And reminding people to kind of get back into their breath can help to reset the energy. So there's, I always tease in my public speaking courses when I'm teaching board chairs how to feel more confident in front of audiences. I always tell them to take an intentional deep breath in before they start talking. And your audience, no one is ever going to look at you and go, "Why are you breathing?" Right? So it's okay to breathe. And sometimes we forget to invite that breath into our meetings. The third piece is I want you to remember that everybody's in their body. So don't be afraid during the meeting to invite people to do what I call kind of the 7th inning stretch. It's like, okay, everybody, put your hands in the air, move your body a little bit. So you're inviting people back into the meeting, right? We all have Zoom fatigue. Ugh. So we've got to make sure that we're really taking care of this kind of physical apparatus that we all get to walk around in and that we all get to sit in while we're a part of these virtual meetings. So use props, take some intentional deep breaths, and don't be afraid to invite people to move their bodies. Those are the first 3 secrets to keep your meetings fun. Now let's get serious. My 4th tip is, and I teach this to all of my board chairs when I'm coaching them, and this is actually on my product Chair with Confidence, is don't forget to bookend your meetings. What do you want people to think or feel when they walk out of their meetings? I want people to feel heard. I want people to feel safe. I want people to feel seen. I want people to feel cared for. And what's interesting is when you define the quality of experience that you want in your virtual meetings, you have a better shot of creating it, right? What's amazing is something's going to get created. So you might as well do your best to get serious about thinking about what's the quality of experience, and then book in your meetings by sharing the quality of experience at the beginning of your meeting and at the end of your meeting. The next one is to remind people that what they're doing is important. What we're doing right here is important. What we're discussing right now is important. The work that we are doing is important. The impact that we are having or are going to have is important. And I think that we can really align with letting ourselves get a little bit more serious about what we're doing when we can kind of sit in the importance of what we're doing. The work of what we are doing in this virtual meeting is important, right? So bringing the importance back into meetings will allow it to get a little bit more serious. And the last piece that I want to share with you is make sure that you leverage your agenda. Too many times in meetings that are formal or informal, people will kind of get knocked off course. Stay connected to and committed to staying on your agenda. Nothing makes your meetings less professional than just kind of going off the agenda and moving in directions where nobody knows where you're going. And so we really need to make sure that we stay on the agenda. If I'm the chair, I want to just remind you where we are in the agenda. And I want to remind you to keep your conversation and your debate regarding what we're talking about on the agenda. Super important to make sure that we're having serious fun during our virtual meeting. So I'm going to dedicate this video to my mom, God rest her soul. Jan Jangles was her name. And to my dad, who's currently living in Laguna Woods, California, who I can't see because of the pandemic. His name is Ken Leahy, and I'll give him a hoorah because my parents taught me so much about how to really engage in all areas of my life in a way that inspires serious fun. I hope you enjoyed these tips. If you'd like to work with me, my name is Susan Leahy. You can reach me at Robert's Rules Made Simple. I'd love to come in and work with your organization or your board or coach your board chair. Thank you so much and happy meetings.